Hams is only the best beer in the world, and we really wish we were sponsored.
Ooh, Hams.
That was nice.
Welcome back to episode 14 of the podcast. We got a really special episode for you guys today. We are in Knoxville, Tennessee, on the eve of the Alabama-Tennessee football game.
GBO.
Which will we be partaking in the tailgate tomorrow morning at 9 a.m. sharp, right downtown. It's going to be a blast.
Two blocks away from Neyland Stadium.
Yeah.
We're going to hear everything.
We did that 2 years ago, and I think we mentioned it a couple times on the podcast. And the teams are still good, but Tennessee just dropped last week from, 7 to 11 because they can barely beat Florida?
Yeah, overtime.
Both them and Bama have both had a hard stretch.
Did Bama? Bama won last week, though.
Barely.
Yeah, but it was the same thing as Tennessee.
Yeah, but at least Bama's putting up points. I think it was like 27-24, wasn't it?
Was it?
Wasn't the score last week somewhere around there?
It was a 3-point game.
I
and
thought
they
it
won
was like
late
17-14. Maybe I
It
must be
might have
wrong,
been.
though.
and they stayed where they were, and we dropped 3.
Yeah, but they had just dropped from 1, too, so that's a little...
But we also lost to a backup almost lost to a backup quarterback.
Okay.
At Arkansas?
No. Florida. Because the dude got hurt.
Oh,
the
that's
ACL,
right.
He tore
Taylor,
his
what's the
ACL.
theory on this? Just like the Vikings pulling it
Yeah.
out every year?
Yeah.
A win's a win, buddy.
win's a
Doesn't
win.
matter how it works.
Well, same thing also with backup quarterbacks.
Yeah.
Don't put in your backup against the Vikings. We will lose.
Unless you're unless you're Oklahoma, where their backup is absolutely dominating right now.
Yeah.
Yeah, Sam Darnold. I think
Oklahoma's-
it's Sam Darnold? Or,
Sam
no, his
Darnold's
last
Sam
name's
name's
Darnold for the
NFL.
Vikings.
Yeah,
is doing
sorry.
awesome, but
Head's in the wrong place, but I know they're starting
Or the right
QB
place.
was, I think his last name is
Or the right
but-
place.
But their backup QB, I mean, when Tennessee was playing Oklahoma, I mean, he came back, I think, in the second half and was absolutely dominating. I mean, he was great on his feet.
If you don't play at another school, do you just say, hey, you call up Oklahoma real quick and be like, can I transfer here?
I know.
Jalen Hurts, Tua wasn't there because Tua was playing in front of Jalen Hurts in the national championship game once, wasn't he?
That's great. That's a great question.
That is a good question. Speaking of Tua, did you see the NFL might let him back to keep playing?
yeah.
After what, 6 concussions?
Say up there, but like bad concussions.
Well, they
like
claim all
concussions
the-
where you
they-
can't move.
They claim all the doctors that he's going to say that still play. I mean,
Yeah, I don't know.
He's going to have
Yeah,
the worst
that's-
CTE imaginable.
Exactly.
I mean, even then, it's... Why?
Yeah. Why do you want to risk it?
He's got his coin. Not that matters. I guess that's your life, pretty much, football. So, well, shall we get into it? We have 2 special guests this week on the podcast. We got Drew Whitacre,
Hello.
and my father is back on the podcast. We are in his stopping grounds now.
darn right.
It has been heavily requested by 2 people. Thank you, listeners, that he needed to get back on the podcast. So he is back, and we're going to have some fun with this one. We're going to start out with a let's think about it question. We all partake in the game of golf. All of us have been playing for a while, some longer than others. Here's the question that we're going to start it out with. You got 4 golf clubs to play 18 holes at any course you like. What ones are you picking and why? And then we'll take it from there. Dad, you can start us off. You've been playing the longest. First, tell us how long you've been playing.
50 years.
You're 50?
Yeah, thanks, bud.
You're
Appreciate
welcome.
that.
You're welcome. You've been
Thanks,
playing
son.
for 50 years?
Oh yeah,
When'd you start
I
playing?
started in high school.
Okay, that makes sense. Yeah, what 4 clubs are you going with? First, let's
Is
do
a
this.
putter a club?
Oh, that's a good question. You
I think it is.
putter's a club?
Sure.
Putter's a club?
Okay.
If it goes in the bag, I think it's a club.
Yeah.
Well, it does count for one of your 14.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Okay. So a putter's a club.
Yep. And so what course first? What course are you playing?
Oh my goodness, what course?
Yeah.
Riviera.
Oh, so you're actually going to pick a course you actually really want to play.
Yeah.
I'm thinking of the easiest course I can play with
Oh.
4 clubs.
Willow
Well,
Creek.
Willow Creek.
If we're playing,
Local municipality.
that would be tough. That would be tough with 4 clubs to play a course like that.
Yeah.
But if you are, if we're doing that, that's one of the courses I want to play. My 4 clubs, I would go 3-wood, 8-iron, 50-degree wedge, putter,
How far do you hit your 50?
100.
So that is, what's a pitching wedge? A 42 degree? Sounds about right.
I think a gap is like 46, so
Okay.
pitching was probably 42.
Yeah. Do you have a pitching wedge in your bag?
Yes.
So you went 3 iron? No,
3 wood.
3 wood.
3 wood to drive with and
Yep.
hit
8 iron.
hit a longer shot. 8 iron to
Yep.
hit anywhere from 170 to 130.
You got those knocked down 130-yard 8 irons in the
Choke
bag?
up on that. Yeah, oh
I
yeah.
like it. I like
Choke
it.
up on that. And then 50 degree because I can hit that anywhere probably from 110 and I chip with it. So
Yeah.
anything around the green.
That'd be a good one to chip
And
with.
then your putter.
Okay. Trevor?
Oh,
Which
mine's easy. One, I want to start this with the I have golfed nowhere near as much, and
I was
I'm
just going to
terrible
say,
at
I
it
think Trevor has golfed
So-
the least out of the whole group here.
Yeah.
by a long shot.
So what 4 clubs are you going
But
to go
I'm
with?
going to tell you just because in the last 2 times I golfed, I only need 1 club, and it's my good trusty 5 iron. I don't know why. It's the only one I can hit anything with.
5 iron,
So
man. Yeah.
5 iron around the whole course.
Yep.
Are you putting with your 5 iron?
no.
Okay,
I'll
so
take a
5
putt.
iron putter.
Tin cup stuff.
I'm definitely not going to take a driver. Can't hit that straight, so that's gone. I do occasionally some days like my 7. Lately,
Yeah.
no.
When you get a hold of your driver, though, you hit it far.
My
But
pitch, I'm
he's
doing better with my pitching wedge too, so I'll bring that.
all these questions tonight are coming from Matt Lambert. Thank you. He's back in Minnesota. Couldn't make the trip because he's got that new kid. You got to stay home and take care of those little things.
Priorities. That might
responsibility.
be a priority.
He might be out here in 2 years. We'll see. But he will be listening to this. So thanks for the questions, Matt. And we will continue. Drew, what are you going with? Well, first, how long you been golfing?
I would say I've been golfing for probably since I was like 15, but on and off, mostly because my sport was baseball, and baseball and golf do not mix well.
Those don't correlate?
No.
Not at all?
If I was playing hockey, sure. The swing path is similar,
Yeah.
but going, horizontally swinging and then vertically, the hosel shanks were nasty.
Did you start off just straight right, straight right, straight right?
Yeah, I mean, I still do it, just hard slice.
You look good today.
Today was pretty good.
What was our thought process though today? What was our cart called?
Oh, baby, Tempo Town.
Tempo Town.
Yeah.
Ernie Els.
You got to channel the old Fred Couples.
Fred Couples. VJ Singh.
Smoother than Amish butter.
Smooth criminal.
That was the name of our cart. Okay, sorry.
Yeah.
Continue.
4 clubs.
4 clubs.
I want to take my driver, although it's not very nice to me.
Wow. Okay.
Driver, 7 iron.
Okay.
I can usually consistently hit my 7 iron. And
Okay.
that's anything like, if I really get a hold of my 7 iron, it's like 195, 200. So anything in there.
That's a
we're
poke.
good.
That's a poke.
And then probably either my 56 or my gap wedge. I think
Okay.
gap wedge. That's, 115.
You were hitting that well today.
Yeah. I was
You were
absolute
throwing darts
dart
with that.
party. Driver 7, gap, and then putter. And if it's a fast green like it was today, I'm draining them.
Those things were quick.
Woo!
Trevor, these things you
Unbelievable.
You muted your mic again, Pop.
Because I'm going back and forth.
There was
on
a
it.
par 3 today with
Oh,
a 3-tier green, and it was up front.
It was a roller coaster.
And if you miss it, if you're not holing out, that thing will trickle off the green, no
Yeah,
matter
I
how
would have
fast.
just walked away.
I was pinned
I could
high.
have
I was
breathed on the ball, and it was off the green.
I was pin high right, hit a decent shot off just on the fringe, chipped it because I don't take my putter off the green. I just don't like doing it. I probably maybe should start to learn that, but I just chipped it. I scared the hole. It probably lipped the hole.
It was
It
an
ended
inch
up
away max.
15 feet down the hill,
Yeah.
and I ended up 3-putting.
It was
Yeah.
on a freaking hill. It was ridiculous.
Yeah.
It was unreal.
It was
There was
not
some
an ice rink.
I had some. Yeah, there was some choice words going on that.
Yeah,
There's a putter toss in there somewhere.
I thought the putter throw was going to fly, but
Oh, he's flying.
you did well today. When we were up by the green, we were walking around like we weren't in carts, so we really couldn't hear what you're saying. Maybe you were talking to yourself, but I only saw you slam the club once.
Yeah.
Talking to my dad. Yep.
Yeah.
Yep. But I
Yep.
did. So we did tie on the front, and then I'll get to the club selection that I'm going to pick. But we did tie on the front. Everyone shot a good front. It went 43, 43, 41 for
yeah.
Drew.
Drew went 41.
And I told my dad that we tied on the front, and I think it lit a little fire under his ass because he came out and just birdied the
Yep.
10th. One of the harder holes. He birdied the 10th with like a, 12-foot putt?
Yeah.
Yeah,
about,
from
I
like-
think 12 or 15.
Yeah.
You were about 200 out, and you stuck it within 8 feet.
Yeah.
And you were.
Not
Yeah.
messing around, man.
Yeah,
It was
there you go.
nice.
You get in his kitchen, man. He'll start cooking something up.
Yeah. He sometimes gets in his own kitchens if he can't chip the ball, too. But
That's where the club. That's where the club slam.
that's
came.
besides
Yeah.
the point.
Yeah.
4 clubs. I like this question. because it'd actually be really fun to play around like this. And
Yes, it would.
this is for a whole nother topic and a whole nother time, but trying to get my handicap down to a certain number in 1 year. And I actually took note of my first round and what clubs I used. I used 6 clubs. So I'm kind of close. I did not count my putter as a club, so I guess I used 7 clubs. But I would use a 3-iron because that's what I drive with. My driver was looking good.
Yeah.
You're hitting it
Later
well today. Yeah.
We're fixing.
3-iron was feeling good. And then I would also pick a 7 because if you need to punch out from under trees, you can punch from under trees. You can chip with a 7 if you wanted to. I would go 54 degree, which goes about 115 with a full swing. And then 110 because my gap wedge is about 120. Putter, right? That's the 4th one?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, so 3-iron, 7, 54 degree putter.
We could just do pool shots with one of your clubs.
Should. We should. Yeah.
Get low.
Yeah, get that putter out of there.
Cole does that if he's close
Yeah, I
enough.
saw that. That's why I was thinking of it.
Yeah. Every time. He goes up to the hole. He puts his putter inside of the hole and then brings it down. He's like, yeah, close enough. And then he gets down there and just does the putter or the pool putter. Also, if you guys hear some barking dogs in the background, you are welcome. We have some hounds in the area, and that is Nova,
That's
the
our
parents'
pup.
dog. So
That's our pup. Yeah.
honestly,
She
like
barks into the dark.
Trevor, what course are you playing? Dad was the only one who said what course, which was Riviera, which
I
is
didn't
in
say either.
California.
Yep.
Yep. Where are you playing?
I haven't played very many courses.
Pasadena.
What Rochester course are you
What
playing?
Rochester course am I playing?
Because I'm going to go Rochester course too. Because
Like, are we saying to do our best or to just
where do you
because-
think you can do your best with 4 clubs?
Oh, probably Willow Creek.
Willow.
Yeah.
Okay.
It's the place I can find my ball after I spray it somewhere it's not supposed to be.
I actually like Tyler.
If that's the case, I was going to say I'd love to play Tyler with 4.
Tyler with
That's
4
the home
clubs.
course. Yeah.
But that wind out there, no matter when, kind of, it is
Southwest Minnesota, baby.
gusty.
Yeah.
Gusty.
It doesn't matter.
It's flat. That wind is cooking.
Yeah. But if you catch some of those holes with the wind at your back, you're hitting a 3-iron 310 yards if you get a hold of it.
Southwest
For
Minnesota.
you.
Yeah, you're popping it.
Yeah.
It's all right.
So 2 years ago, we went out in I think it was literally blowing a solid 25 the whole time we played.
Tyler?
Yeah.
Oh yeah. I played it this last time and it was blowing hard.
Yep.
So where are you playing?
Should I answer where I would play best or where I'd like to play?
Let's do both. If you have them both in your mind, where would you think you would do best and where would you like to play?
I haven't played Holston down here, but I think that would be pretty easy with those 4 clubs. It's a nice course, and they hold the Knoxville Open there.
Okay.
But I've walked that course a couple times watching it, and I think that would be pretty easy. Where I'd like to play, oh man, I mean, I've always wanted to play like Pinehurst.
Okay.
Yeah. It just I love that dune.
That's where the
style.
U.S. Open was, right?
Yeah.
This
And-
year?
Well, actually, I think
Okay.
it was. That was Bryson won that one.
Oh, yeah. Where there's no real, like, hazards. It's just a bunch of, like, fescue, sand,
Well, yeah,
duney type stuff.
Yeah, it's like this weird. It's anything off the fairway is like sand, and then just pockets
Oh,
of
yeah,
this
yeah.
long
Now I
grass. And
remember.
if you get tucked up behind one of those things, you're gonna struggle. But honestly,
remember.
for like that in, I mean, St. Andrews would just be a dream. Going out there playing links golf. I mean, you could really do some damage with just 4 clubs.
Yeah, you can.
Run forever. I
Yeah,
mean,
you
you could
can.
putt 15, 20 feet off the green. Yeah.
We've been chatting about it. Bob Does Sports. Did you watch that episode?
The one where they played St. Andrews? Yeah.
Yeah.
That's special.
That would be something. Sweep. 4 clubs, 18 holes. I like that. What do you think you can shoot?
Oh,
This is just an add-on. Do you think you would average
Seriously?
your normal, like, 80,
especially
mid-80s
like at
to low
Tyler.
80s?
Like at Tyler, I
Okay.
think I could shoot normal low to mid 80s with
Okay.
those 4 clubs.
What are you shooting, Trev?
I
Are you
don't-
keeping track?
Nope. I need to start keeping track to know what I'm going to shoot
Yeah.
when I get 4 clubs.
I would say I can probably shoot my average.
I think
This-
I'd be a little higher.
A little higher?
Just I don't have the precision with each club.
Oh, that way.
So you'd really have to finesse a lot of shots.
True, it would be a lot more feely.
Yeah. And that's just something you don't practice a whole lot.
Yeah. I would say I can still... This whole year I've been playing really well, except my last 3 rounds when I'm trying to develop a handicap. A new handicap. I just bombed them. But I've been playing mid-80s all year, which is really good golf for me because Hasn't happened in the whole time I've
That's
been
good
golfing.
golf for everybody.
Yeah. When did you start? Oh, 15.
Yeah, I mean,
yeah.
tried
I started
to swing. I had my dad's old clubs, man.
I started senior year in high school with my uncle's old clubs. I remember Fox Run was the very first course we ever played. And it would be, I would spray right, and then I would get a hold of one, and I'd be like, oh, man, I hit that far.
That's fun.
Yeah.
Let's do that again.
Oh, who knew this was going to keep me coming back for 55 years?
That's the old.
And take all my money.
That's your whole thing, Taylor. What you just said today, when you pounded that drive, it was. Oh, that's what brings me back to spend $80 every weekend.
Oh, my gosh. Yeah, it was something. No, today was fun. Today was
I can
fun.
still almost count on probably my hands the number of times I've been out.
Yeah,
pretty
probably.
close.
Yeah, you're
You're a newbie.
You're the
I'm
novice,
real
baby.
new.
Like total?
Yeah.
Oh, that makes sense.
Okay, hands and toes.
I was
I
gonna
can
say, 'cause
probably
it's-
count all the times I've been out
Because
there.
I think we got out last year like 3 or 4 times. And then
Yeah.
I've been out with you twice this year already.
And the year before that was when I started,
Yeah.
and I only went like 3 times that year.
And one of them was for my birthday in Hayfield when it was
Yeah.
freezing.
So
Yeah.
hands and
Nice.
toes.
Love it. Love it. I think we're just going to fire away questions.
Let's
A
go.
lot of these questions are going to be geared towards Pops, and we'll just go from there.
Let's go.
Here you go. Start one, bench one, cut one. So you're going to start a player, bench a player, cut a player
In the NFL?
in this sport that I'm going to tell you
Oh,
right now.
okay.
Bill Russell, Larry Bird, Paul Pierce.
Give me the it's cut. I've never played
You
this
get
game
to
again.
start a player.
Okay.
You can bench a player.
Okay.
And you need to cut a player. You need to do that.
I'm cutting Paul Pierce, and I'm starting Larry, and
You're benching Bill?
I'm benching Bill.
Okay. All
I'm
right.
cutting Paul, but I'm taking Russell and Bird.
I feel like Larry's just got that court mentality,
Yeah.
just kind of like that Mamba
Yeah.
mentality.
Yeah, that's-
he's out there fighting.
That's a no-brainer. And I do like Paul Pierce, but no, Larry and Russell.
Paul
come on.
Pierce with this group, yeah, it's a no-brainer. You have to
Yeah.
cut him.
Yeah.
You have to.
I don't even like Paul Pierce, so it's even easier for me.
Yeah. I think I would agree. Larry just was nasty.
And Russell, I
And
don't
then
give a
Bill.
shit what you say and what era it is. You win 13 freaking championships. You got something going on.
Yeah.
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 He was special.
Yep.
You got any input on that?
Man, I don't watch.
Are you an NBA guy?
No,
Not at all.
no.
Okay.
Unfortunately, not. I never got into basketball. I played when I was like in elementary school and middle school, but yeah, I had to pick a sport, and it was
Baseball's your
conflicting.
sport.
Yeah, baseball was.
Who's your
my
team?
sport. I mean, just hometown team, the Twins,
Okay.
and they're. Speaking of, I think was it Pollock who's the owner? He's selling them.
Is he
Pohlads.
actually selling,
Pohlads
or
are
is he,
selling
Or the
them.
Pohlads, you're right. Yeah.
or is he
Pohlads are selling.
fishing to see if he's going to sell?
I
think he's looking
they're
for a-
truly
Yeah, he's-
trying to sell it.
Yep.
They're not. I mean, I guess they don't get the
Yeah.
right price, but the big thing I read was, "We love y'all.
Yeah.
We're done."
Yeah.
Basically.
That makes sense.
Yeah.
They got enough hands in cookie jars.
Oh come
Yeah.
on, they got so much money.
So you're a Twins guy.
yeah.
Okay. Bench one, cut one, start one. Kirby.
Oh God.
Kirby Puckett.
Okay.
Who else do you got? I was going to say Harmon Killebrew.
Yes.
And then I was going to say
I mean, maybe like a Joe Mauer.
I was
Yeah, that's
I
what I
was
was
going to
thinking,
say
Joe
Joe Mauer.
Mauer.
You almost
You got
have
it
to
'cause he's a
throw
Hall
the
of
Minnesota
Famer.
guy
Yeah.
in
That's
there.
the only one you could really
Kirby Puckett,
pick, right?
Harmon Killebrew, and I was even thinking Tony
Tony Oliva.
Tony Oliva.
You could go Rodney too. You could go Carew too.
Yeah.
But Oliva would be
There's a
good.
lot of good choices.
Do Kirby, Puckett, Killebrew, and Joe Mauer. Who do you got?
Yeah.
Okay. Honestly, I love JM. I saw him at the state fair this year. Super humble. I didn't realize how tall the guy was.
Dude's tall.
Holy cow.
Dude's a giant. He's
I'm
like
6'3", and the guy was towering over me. I was like, whoa. Honestly, I got to cut Joey. I mean, my nickname
Yeah.
was Harmon Killebrew.
Was it really?
Yeah.
I love
Because
it.
I just hit bombs, baby.
I love it.
Got that big stick.
I love it. And I think Joe Mauer's in that same situation as like Paul Pierce. Great player, good player, but like just
Yeah.
different era,
Yeah.
Yeah.
especially compared to those two guys.
I mean, even Tony Oliva, man, the dude was just Mr. Consistent.
Tony O was my first baseball guy I liked
Yeah.
because I was a Twins guy too. I mean, growing up in
Yeah.
Minnesota, and Rodney was fabulous. Carew was hit them where they ain't, you know. But
Yeah.
Tony O was, and that was if him
Yeah.
and Mickey Mantle would have lived in the age when you could have had good knee surgeries, the numbers those two guys would have put up, especially Mantle. There wouldn't be a record in baseball that Mickey Mantle would not own if he didn't have
Bad knees.
Bad knees.
It had to have been because of that turf. I mean, the Metrodome was horrible for knees. I mean, I'm pretty sure David Ortiz was on the Twins, wasn't he?
Yeah,
For
he was
a
on the
little
Twins for
while.
a
It was
Yeah,
one of the
and then
worst
he's like, I
trades
can't.
in
My knees are just
Major
gonna
League
get
history.
blown out from this.
One of the worst trades in Major League history.
Yeah. Well, the Red Sox loved it.
Well, no,
Yeah.
for the they gave up on Ortiz, and
And then
that's what I
he
meant.
went to the
they
Reds.
gave him
Red
him
Sox.
away.
Yeah,
They
And
had
then he wins how many World Series? It's crap goes nuts for them. Yeah.
3 or 4.
Yeah, so anyway.
Mickey
That's a
Mantle
Minnesota
is,
ritual, though.
Mickey Mantle is still up there with so many records.
Absolutely.
He is.
He's got so many records.
Who was your
My
starter?
dad.
Yeah, who are
what?
you starting and who are you benching?
Oh, I was benching JM. So Joe Mauer, I'm on a bench.
Oh, who are you
I
gonna
thought you were
cut?
cutting him.
I thought you were
Yeah.
going to cut
Oh, I'm
JM.
sorry. Yes, cutting Joey.
Yeah.
I'm gonna bench. Oh God, this hurts. I kind of want to bench Puckett. You don't think so?
Okay.
I don't.
I mean,
But that's you.
That World
That's you.
Series
You
was
do what you want.
it was awesome to see him play.
Yeah.
I don't know. I just got a connection with Killer. I was gonna say that.
Hey, first time on the pod, he's already given himself a nickname. Do we know if that nickname was real? We'll never find out.
You can ask Pete.
I should.
It's funny.
Trev, more of a NBA guy.
Yeah.
Bench, cut, start, whatever you want to go, whatever order.
Okay.
Garnett.
Start. If it's all going to be Timberwolves.
It's going to be Timberwolves stuff.
Okay. So start.
I would say Kevin Garnett. Oh man, who are some
yeah, we
Ant.
don't have a
Ant? I was going to say there's not.
Kevin
can't
Garnett's it.
I can't even fish for these guys.
No.
Yeah.
You'd have to go Anthony Edwards right now
You would
because
have
he's got
to.
the potential to
Yeah.
for
Yeah.
it. Right.
And you could maybe put in sadly, Kevin Love.
Yeah,
Oh,
you
Ricky
could.
Rubio, man.
Ricky Rubio.
You know who
okay.
instantly popped in my head when I was going through this? I'm like, Sam Cassell. But he didn't. Wasn't he
We
on
got
the...
Marbury for a while, but he's not really a Timberwolf.
Wasn't Sam Cassell, too, on the Timberwolves?
Yeah.
Yeah.
He had more years.
Wally Zerbiak.
Zerbiak.
Zerb.
He's
Yeah.
sadly. I love Zerbiak. Cut so fast.
Deal.
Not even a thought.
Anthony Edwards is on the bench then.
Okay.
Okay. Nice.
Kevin
KG,
Garnett was just too dominant.
Easy starter.
Yeah, KG is.
Yeah,
how
that
do you-
In
dude.
his
I mean,
prime?
Timberwolves
You
makes
could've-
it way too easy.
You could have put him on that. I mean, obviously on that Celtics.
They did put him on the Celtics.
I know. Well, I mean that. Yeah.
Later.
Yeah.
You started. You put him instead of Paul Pierce. Would be. Oh.
Yeah.
Oh, there you go. Yeah.
my
Well,
goodness.
what are you doing there?
I
Still
don't
the same
know.
order?
Oh man, I don't know.
And Kevin
I'd
Garnett
have-
in his prime, not even his
I'd have
Celtics
to say
years necessarily.
if you really added Garnett to that three, I would have to cut Bill Russell, and I would take
Oh, there you go.
Garnett.
There's
and
a
I would
twist.
start.
Yeah.
Yeah. I read
Yeah.
somewhere the other day that someone said that they think that Kevin Garnett could be the best defensive player in the NBA
Today?
like ever.
Ever.
Like one of the top. They said he's at least top 3
Ever.
defensive players ever.
We
I
just
can see
don't
that in
see
terms
is-
of
They put him in
Two-way.
MJ, and obvious because what was MJ like?
MJ was like 6-time defensive
Six-time
player of the
defensive
year.
player of the year.
He had a lot.
But
But
anyway,
Ben
enough
Wallace
of that.
is
We
up.
don't
that's
want
what
to
I
get
was
way
thinking
off.
is Ben
but-
Wallace.
Ben
what about
Wallace
those
is
people
up
that are
there.
straight defense only?
Yeah.
Because I feel like they don't even get their credit for defense. They kind of get thrown away because they're not two-way players.
Was it
Right,
right. Gary Payton, the glove? He
The
was
glove.
a- he
That
a
was the
D.
other one. He was in the top 5 too. It
Yeah.
was Garnett.
But that's also weird comparing bigs to guards
It
in
is.
terms of defense because it's not really.
Yeah.
You're either shot blocking type of defense or you're trying to go for steals. They're not the same thing really.
The
That
best
is-
part about that
that
is,
is true.
when watching what was the Jordan thing on Netflix,
The Last Dance.
and when he was laughing when they called Peyton the glove, because Peyton was like, "Yeah, I used to be able to guard Michael." He just went, "Yeah." They
Yeah.
used to call him the glove, and he would just start laughing. It's like, "Oh man, Mike, that's
Mike was built
oh
different.
Mike's a man." I mean, but he just went. He literally just scoffed at that. Yeah.
Guarding Michael means that he only scored 35 that game.
Yeah.
Exactly.
The dude was
Anyway.
absolutely built
That's a
different.
good one. All right.
We're going to rank these SEC teams from real to forgettable. Let's do this year.
This year, okay.
Texas, Georgia, Alabama, LSU, Tennessee.
Ooh boy.
Pops, take it away. From real to forgettable, who do you got? What's your top 1, 2, 3, 4, 5?
I'm going like 1 to 5.
One. Yeah, real to forgettable. Like
Okay, forgettable is LSU. Texas is number 1 right now because
Yep.
they just have proved it.
I would
Yep.
agree.
Georgia, I'll give Georgia a break and put them behind Texas.
Yep.
Who do I have left? Bama and Tennessee.
Yeah.
Tennessee's better than Bama. Whatever happens
Damn
tomorrow,
right they are.
I think Tennessee is truly better than Bama, and I really think the way Georgia's playing, I think Georgia is not average, but I don't think Georgia's all that this year. Texas to me is the
Texas is good.
class of it right now.
So in terms of like other years, do any of those teams stand out as like good compared to historical years?
Yeah, like where would you? Because Texas had that Vince Young run. Saban has 8 championships because you see it every single time.
Bama
It pops out of the
kinda
box.
just
out of
all
those
abnormal, like-
out of that group, Bama's the real deal
The Saban
because of
guys,
Saban. Those Saban years were
Yeah.
I mean, that was like the
Yeah.
gold standard.
yeah.
Yeah.
Those
well, now
guys-
every time he's on TV, it's 7-time national
Right.
champion. Yeah.
And
they can't put
and
just
he-
his name.
And they always, everybody was like, oh, he did this, he did that. No, bullshit. Oh, sorry. He ran a clean program, and he ran it the way he ran it.
Yeah.
And those guys were freaking good. Being down here, I should be a Bama hater. I've never been. I've never really. I mean, I don't like them, but I've never been a hater. Saban out of that group,
Yeah.
Texas has done nothing except for the last 3 years for a long time.
Were they even good the last 3 years?
Sarkisian has brought them. Yeah, the
Okay.
last year they almost
don't know
made
either.
the.
This is their first
They
year
were
in
in
the
the
SEC.
Yeah, they were in the playoffs last year.
This is their first year in the
But
SEC.
Texas has been very average. I mean, they always go to a bowl game.
Yeah.
And obviously Tennessee has been real. They've been bad,
Yeah, they
except for when
struggled
Heupel
after
showed
Manning.
up.
Yeah, they turned it around
Yeah.
that 2 years ago when
Yeah.
they beat Bama, and then they kind of got real hot, and then they
And he's
got to
recruiting
a
like
real
crazy
good bowl
still.
game.
They're
and-
going to be good for a long time if they
Yeah.
keep him here. And I don't like Georgia. I think Kirby Smart's a schmuck.
All right.
And he was also part of the Saban staff.
Yeah,
wasn't
he's
he?
speaking of the
Yeah.
coaching tree.
Yeah, we're gonna bring up that question,
But I don't-
didn't tell
I'm-
you guys this question.
I think he's schmarmy.
and we'll keep it on here to
I don't like him.
entice other viewers to listen. Best coaching tree, Trevor. It's not on the. Is it on the doc?
No, I was.
Oh, you're
just
not looking at the
what
doc, but yeah, I think we're gonna have fun with that one because there's a lot of good coaches out there who have crazy coaching trees. I think that would be something to look into.
like of all time.
Yeah, we can go all time. We can go. We can figure it out. We're not going to dive into that today, but we'll definitely.
I'd have to
we'll
rack
definitely
my
get
brain
into
too
that.
much for, to do that.
that might be a
Yeah.
little,
With
tough
this
one.
list right now, today, you have to go Texas, Georgia, Tennessee, Alabama, LSU. That's my ranking.
Yeah.
If I'm thinking overall history, Alabama, LSU, Texas, Georgia. Sorry, Tennessee, but honestly, they weren't good for the last
no.
however
They've
many
been bad
years.
they were bad for
15
15 years.
Yeah.
Basically, since Manning left.
Yeah,
Yeah.
exactly.
That was the first time we beat Florida in a long time. I think they won like 17 of the last 18
Yeah,
games.
something like that.
So-
That's crazy.
It's been bad.
Yeah.
You got
Wasn't
any
it
thoughts?
Only like that Tennessee's won like 3 in total or something.
Uh,
How many have they won?
I wouldn't doubt it.
I
Against
wouldn't
Florida?
doubt it.
I thought it was a really small
Maybe.
number.
Yeah,
You
I
might
wouldn't
be
doubt
right.
it. You might, yeah.
Yeah, you might be
The
right. Trev.
statistic is
Yeah.
crazy.
Yeah.
I'm gonna have to agree.
Who do you got, Drew?
Yeah, it's. I don't remember exactly, but
Texas,
I-
Georgia,
I
Alabama,
100% agree
LSU,
with Joel,
Tennessee.
yeah. I mean, those were spot on. Texas, Georgia. Ooh, I might put Tennessee, Alabama, LSU.
Okay, yeah.
this
So the,
year.
so the
Yeah.
same
Yeah.
Yep.
5 that I put up there right away.
Yep.
I like it. I like it. Speaking of Texas, let's jump into the next question. What are your thoughts on Quinn? How do you say his name?
Ewers.
Ewers and Archie Manning.
Like who's fighting for QB1?
Yeah, because Archie has it right now, right?
No, Ewers
Ewers
got it
is back.
Ewers is
Yeah.
back.
Yeah, he was just
because
out
he
for
got
2 games.
hurt, right?
He got hurt like an ab or something. Yeah.
Huh.
You talking about Ewers should play.
He should.
Yeah.
He's
I
a
think
senior,
he's
right?
better.
He's a senior, and he was lighting it up
Was he?
before he got hurt.
Oh yeah,
Was
he
he?
was so.
and he had a
hot.
really good. Last year he had a really good year. So
Archie looks real good though.
Oh,
when
Arch
he
looks
came
good.
in, he
He's the
did
future of the
he did
program.
exactly what he needed to. He's going to be a junior next year. Is that right? Or I can't
think
remember.
He gets
That's a great question.
technically. I
Or
think
is he going to get
gets
that
one-
extra year?
I think he might get one more year, but still.
He's got legs like no other Manning does. He can actually.
Yeah,
run
he
that
can
thing.
actually
That's
he
true.
can scramble and move, and he doesn't look like a stuttering robot when he gets out of the pocket.
Yeah.
And
Like
and
he's
you,
running in
and
quicksand.
you got to give the kid.
Gosh.
You got to give the kid props in this NIL era.
Yeah.
Because he's literally been sitting there for 2 years.
Yeah.
And he knows he's not going to play. And he hasn't bitched, and he hasn't transferred, and he hasn't done anything.
I made that exact point, but he's got so much money coming in.
That's
Oh,
what my
of course,
comment was
of
as soon
course.
as you guys were talking about
Yeah.
that was that I don't think he needs any
Which
money.
which definitely makes sense. But yeah, I would agree with you, Dad.
The whole
He
family's fine.
he's
They're doing
sitting
all right.
he's
Yeah,
sitting
they're all
there
right.
he's sitting there and playing with the team he wants to play with, and he knows he's going to be next in line. So it's like, okay, go sling it for 2 years, and you know you're going to get drafted top 5 no matter what.
And God bless the kid because he came in, after Ewers got hurt and just freaking lit it up too. I mean, he came in and just
True.
went, well, that's why I am who I am
Yeah.
or whatever, Yeah. Which was very cool to see in my opinion.
He was getting a lot of heat before he even played. People are like, "Oh man, this guy's just way overrated."
Yeah.
I mean, his throwing is like okay,
he
but then he
came
started
in.
playing. He's like, "Oh, that's
Yeah.
He switched gears."
Yeah, he came
Yeah,
in
he's
and went,
great.
He knows what he's doing. Do they run a shotgun offense, or do they go under center? I don't even know.
I think almost everybody
Is it shotgun now?
It's pretty much
Well, you watch the
shotgun, yeah.
NFL. You watch all those new quarterbacks. They're all out of the shotgun, which is crazy. Go Jaden Daniels. We're
Isn't
not
that-
going to touch on them. Sorry, viewers, but we're not going to get
Commander's
into.
corner is getting skipped.
We're not going to get into.
We're gonna lose all our Washington
Commander's
viewers.
corner tonight, but we will have 2, possibly 3 game analysis on the next one. So buckle up, buckle up. Oh man.
Side note: How did you get into this?
Exactly.
Commanders.
Okay,
thing.
so
Nobody knows.
this is how it started, and I'll explain it to everyone. I'm not the biggest NFL guy. I don't really have a team. We never really watched them when I was younger. These guys watched Minnesota like crazy. So when I started dating Danielle, we always would be over at the in-laws to watch the Vikings game. And I'd be over there, and I like the sport, and I like watching it. Matt was just coming prepared with NFL stuff. And I don't know how it actually came up. And I'm like, I'm going to analyze 2 teams for next week's podcast. And it was going to be the Jets
Thank God you didn't do that.
and the Commanders. It was going to be
don't
the
wanna
Jets
hear
and the
more about the
Commanders.
Jets.
Kidding.
And then
Ugh.
after week 1, I just did the Commanders. Not going to lie, didn't have time for the Jets. So there it is. There's the truth.
Also,
So
the
I just
Commanders are awesome.
so I just did the Commanders, and now they've been on fire ever since. So I would like to take some of the credit. Washington breweries, Washington, anything that is Washington, you can just send my way, ask for an address.
And if you truly believe the credit goes to you during the playoffs, you are talking about the Vikings every
And
week.
I will analyze Sam D just out there
Yep.
slanging
There
it.
you go.
I think truly.
So
since-
that's how
since
Washington
Sam
corner
Darnold-
came up.
Since Sam Darnold has been on Bob Does Sports, man's been on fire.
Dude, Bob. We're giving Bob a lot of shout outs tonight.
Love the guys. Love the guys.
Not
over
a sponsor, but it could be.
Oh man, if we were,
Throw us some Breezy Golf, huh?
sponsored by Breezy Golf or just got some swag, man, having those guys here on the pod would be absolutely nuts. But
talk
that's how we got
pasta.
in the Commander Corner.
Gotcha.
So, and then I just put notes on notes on notes. So the last one I put tons of notes in, and Matt was like, "Oh my gosh!"
We all kind of thought he might have been lying about how good Jaden Daniels was, but
Yeah.
I watched him. Even in their loss, he looked pretty good.
The dude is lighting it up pretty
Yeah.
good, and I wasn't a believer
You know what I
when
do?
he came out. And I'm not a big NFL guy either, but
Yeah.
I wasn't. Yeah, and I knew Caleb Williams was going to suck hind
He's getting a
The
little
with the
better,
Bears.
which-
Screw him.
that division though, they all have 4 wins right now.
Yeah, it's
that's the only
crazy.
division with like that many.
I don't like
all
it.
the teams
How
are
can we
good.
go 5-0 and just, can't someone else lose?
Yeah,
Like-
no one's
Why does it have
losing.
to be this competitive?
yeah, we need a little bit of a head
Bears
start
are
in case our
pretenders.
season goes downhill.
Which is crazy. No one's losing in that division. But I'll get on YouTube and I'll type in Washington Commanders highlights, and I'll literally watch every single throwing play from Jaden Daniels and analyze it.
Okay.
Yeah, it gets intense. It gets
Watch
intense.
the tape, as they say.
Oh, I get in there. We're going to keep it in the college football world. Boise State running back.
Oh, Lord.
Ashton.
Yeah.
Am I saying this right? Ashton Gentry? Gentry?
Close enough.
Yeah. What do you guys think about him?
That dude is
monster.
a monster.
Average. What is he averaging? Like 210
13?
yards right
Oh,
now per
It
game.
was-
Yeah, like four touchdowns or something like that.
I-
He's averaging like 13 yards a carry. Getting a first down every carry
Matt
is
failed us and
almost
didn't put the stats in
unimaginable.
here.
No, he didn't put the stats in here.
Come on,
he's,
Matt.
he's curious about all our thoughts. He goes to Boise State, and Matt said picking a running back first round. He thinks it's a bad decision, but I might make an exception for him. So what are your guys' thought? And running backs usually never go in the first round of the draft.
No,
ever.
because you could pick up a really good running back. They always claim in even the second, third, and fourth rounds. They claim. I mean, how many of these guys just come out and run like crazy?
I feel like it's dependent
And-
on what the team needs.
Yeah,
That is
exactly.
I mean,
true.
if you don't have a running back that's really up to standards,
Plus the longevity of those running backs right now are what, 5 years?
5,
Not
maybe
even.
7, 5 good ones. Yeah,
just run themselves.
unless
into
you're
the
Derrick
ground.
Henry, you know.
Which
or the
which,
quad father.
which is
Yeah.
crazy. Well, Derrick Henry didn't do much in Tennessee, and then he came back and he's just tearing it up right now. Shaquan Barkley's also having another decent year. So
Yeah.
I've never seen him play. I've seen him stats. The biggest stat that I see is Barry Sanders. Is that who has the record right now for most rushing yards
In college,
Yeah,
that could be. I don't know.
he did it in 11 games, and he has 2,000 and something yards,
Well, Sanders. Oh yeah.
200 and something yards, which is crazy. He went to Oklahoma State, right?
Yes.
Yeah, which is nuts. And
Thurman
this,
Thomas,
and
him,
this
and-
guy,
Yeah.
this guy's on pace to break the record, but he's going to get what, 17 games or something like that. That's the only thing that they're saying. But it's like, I guess that's just today's game. They have more.
If
things.
he keeps it up, make it out there.
2,800 yards in freaking 11 games for
And,
Barry
and
Sanders.
I think the
is
next guy is
ridiculous.
like what 500 yards less.
Yeah, it's quite a bit.
Yeah,
It really
Yeah.
is.
it's substantial.
It's crazy.
Yeah. He's and Boise State's going to be the 12th team in right now
Yeah, I saw
of the
that.
playoff.
Playoffs.
Yeah.
I saw that.
Yeah.
All three of those. Oh,
I haven't looked at who they've played, but have they played any like?
Oh,
top
it's
teams?
the Mountain West stuff or whatever. I don't even know. Are they in the Big 12 now? I don't even know what conference they're in.
I don't know.
There's been so much changing now. I don't even know what they're in.
17 touchdowns in 6 games, all rushing.
Good lord,
Yeah,
good for him.
which is wild.
That's fantastic.
Yeah.
Yeah. To see him go number one, I don't know. Top 5, I would bet on it.
Yeah.
Yeah, I would say so.
Yeah.
Next year for sure. Let's jump into some NBA. Are the Celtics going back to back this year, Dad? What do you think?
I think they have a really good shot, but I think we talked about this last time I was on. I think you still got to worry about those boys in the mountains.
Denver.
So
Yep.
he said exactly
Nuggets.
what I said.
Yeah,
when
that's
I
what
got
Trevor
asked,
said.
yeah.
That's
Yeah.
what Trevor
I
said.
basically said it's a 50-50 shot for the Celtics. They make
Yeah.
the championship, but do they win it?
Yeah.
Who knows?
Yeah, exactly. It's always like, I mean, in all sports, it's really hard to
Yeah.
repeat in the pros, especially. But
Yeah.
To get there shouldn't be too bad. For
yeah,
them.
I think they've got they've got fire in them still. I think they maybe want to try to, they got the fire to repeat.
Yeah.
But
Might
I
have
think
too
that-
much fire.
But I
with
think the freaking Joker,
people
I think
being off
they're-
the Olympics.
I think the boys, yeah.
That's the
I
thing.
think the boys sitting up there in the mountains have got it going on.
I put money on Denver. Let's go Denver. Well, unless Minnesota. If Minnesota can win it, screw my money. I don't care.
Yeah.
Did you not
Donated.
Did you
Yeah.
not put money on them?
Matt
Did
has all his money on them. So
I was gonna say
Matt's
got
if
so
there's anybody,
many.
what are the Wolves' odds seriously to win it?
I don't
all?
know.
Do you know?
I want to say when I was
Did you say 10%?
Yeah.
Is it like
I
10 to
wanna say it
1,
was like
51? Is it?
plus 8,000 or something when I was looking at
It's
it.
a br-
Just
Win
put
it
10
all.
bucks down.
So what does that mean? Like 10 to 1, 80, 100 to
So,
1,
what
80
is
to
that?
1?
It's
What is that?
$10 would be 800 payout.
Yeah, put 10 bucks.
So now you guys see where I
Yeah.
get my gambling numbers from because I've never done it, and that's the exact same question I ask when these guys talk about numbers on the pod.
Yeah,
like,
'cause I think it
oh,
goes
yeah,
by
minus
100,
150, plus 150.
Right. So like $100 would be 8,000 back.
Okay.
I think that's
yeah.
So they're
Right.
basically 80 to 1.
yes.
Yeah.
Okay. That's how I look at odds. The whole 8, but so
Yeah,
they're
I
basically
was
80
doing
to
it by the
1.
button that I clicked.
I gotcha.
So, because like the Nuggets, I think were around there too. Maybe they had a
Who's-
little bit better odds, I think, but they're actually not that
Really?
like. Yeah, I think Boston's like by
Boston's
far the
one.
favorite.
Really? Okay.
Boston's one.
Yeah.
Good for 'em.
Who's 2? Who would be 2? It's got to be
Uh,
Denver.
Who'd
OKC
Philly
was up
pick
there,
up?
I think.
OKC.
OKC's
Who did
pretty
Philly
high.
pick
Who'd
up?
Philly
Their whole,
pick up?
their
Didn't
whole,
Philly pick
their
up
whole
some-
team's injured. Kawhi's
They picked up Paul George.
and he
so-
hyperextended his knee.
Okay.
Kawhi Leonard is out
He's still
indefinitely
hurt.
with.
Well, that's Clippers. No, we're not even worried about the Clippers.
Oh, yeah, no, never mind. Sorry, you're
Joel
right.
Embiid
Philly.
and
Because I
whatever
thought,
his
I
name
thought
is.
Philly picked up a
Maxey.
couple guys to make them
Yeah.
theoretically
They look really good, but
I'm
they have
not
to play
an
the
Embiid
Celtics.
guy. I think they're
and I don't like
pretenders.
Embiid either.
Yeah, Trevor, let us know how you like Embiid.
Why, yeah, I need your takes every time.
Yeah, they're pretenders.
We have the same
Yeah.
takes
I'd
here.
love to contribute, but I don't want to.
Embiid's
Yeah.
he's just a big,
I'm learning.
He's a big freaking
That's-
whiner. Screw him.
Exactly.
No. Yeah.
That's what I said.
My, look at you two.
Yeah.
Do we need to go downstairs by the fire and just let you guys do
Yeah,
it out.
we're just gonna complain
do
about
a
the Sixers.
76er take?
I mean, the only thing we have the difference here is that I'm not a Celtics fan. So
Yeah, I knew that. I knew that.
Before I get to the last question, kind of a special episode today, just kind of going all over the place. What are your guys' thoughts about Kawhi? Because
I wish the man would be healthy.
I
He
do
was one of my
too,
favorite
'cause
players when he was healthy.
He's
good.
good. He was a quiet.
He was
good
probably the most fun to watch
player,
during his
yes.
those two seasons that he won the championship.
Did he win one with the Spurs and then he left and won with Toronto?
Yep.
Yeah, that's what
That's
I thought.
how good he is. And he could have left
Man.
and won another one, but he's hurt all the time.
Yeah, so he's out indefinitely now with knee inflammation.
Is that what it is?
Yeah.
Okay.
So,
You
and
see,
then
Stephen
Taking
A. Smith's
ibuprofen.
comments about
No.
that he's always healthy during payday, and then
oh, did he say that?
yeah, something about that.
I can see that.
I didn't watch it or read about it, but I
Stephen
saw
A.
a
Smith.
notification pop up.
Gosh, what are your thoughts on Stephen A. Smith, Dad?
I don't mind Stephen A. when he's actually just calm and like making decent observations.
So never.
That first take garbage bugs to living.
He's not with
Yeah.
Skip no more, though.
Oh, Skip Bayless is a tool.
Skip.
What about Shannon?
He's more of a tool.
Aren't they on the same show together?
Yeah.
Or did one of them get fired
Well,
from
I don't
that
know
show?
anymore, but
Matt said something
about it too. Yeah, I didn't.
Anytime
follow
you
that.
just start screaming crap
Yeah.
to make headlines, it's garbage. It's like screw you. It drives me nuts.
Oh, man.
And when Stephen A. On that first take crap, when they're just yelling at each other and it's like stop. The whole hot take crap drives me crazy.
Yeah, I
It's
can't
not- it's
like
stand
the
it,
view
but
of
I
sports.
understand. I was going to say the views. They get
That
a lot.
is such a
so
good
props to
example.
them.
Right?
Yeah.
There's
It's
too
the-
much drama.
It's
sport,
the view
man.
of sports.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The view is bad.
It used to be on at
Are you
work.
talking the view as in the chick
The
view?
chick's view.
Oh my
No.
God, no, that's stop. Yeah, no.
Stop that it's not relatable.
No, they suck. No.
No.
No. It's just absolute garbage.
I agree.
You know.
Yeah. There's just too much unnecessary drama
Yeah.
to be a sports.
Yeah.
I just want news. I want what's going on.
Yeah.
Sports will be sports.
Exactly.
I've never taken part in the first take. Or
It's even the
all these
same-
analytics. It's like I don't care.
It's
man.
the
Yeah.
whole
I just
it's
wanna
the
see
whole
good games.
Cedric Perkins deal. He says some wacky
Is that his?
He
It's
is-
Kendrick.
Kendrick,
Yeah,
okay.
Cedric.
Well,
It's Kendrick.
whatever, because I don't
But
like
Yeah.
either.
Kendrick has some wild takes.
Yeah, him and
Really bad. Wild.
For a for a guy who was in the NBA, he has some wild takes.
Perkins?
Yeah.
Yeah,
Kendrick
he,
Perkins.
He says the stupidest crap. I mean,
Yeah.
he does. I mean, it's like what? I mean, if he really actually said, and this is when the whole you never know if any of this is true, but supposedly he said that good old Bronny James is going to be as good as his dad. In like in MVP talk in like 4 years, it's like
your son had a
you
hot
are
take on him."
freaking smoking crack, buddy.
So your
I'm a
son might have
Bronny-
been smoking crack.
Tell us how you really feel.
I'm a Bronny James guy. I think he's going to be okay throughout his career. I'm not that crazy though.
I don't think he's going to be. As
I'm
good
not
as
that
his
crazy.
Okay, hold on.
No,
hold on.
that's
Let's
I'm
get
not that crazy.
Let's start. Let's talk
No,
about
that's
this.
insane.
Okay, what are you talking? Okay,
Role player. I said 15 to 18 minutes a game
not even close.
and assists and not score and play defense.
Not even close.
Okay.
When
we
are we
need to
gonna?
get-
When are we
do
gonna? When I'm coming back on the podcast to go over this again? Not even close.
Let's go but right before the All-Star break.
Whole session.
you're talking
about
this
Bronny
year?
James.
Yeah.
Oh, he ain't gonna play a lick.
It was a bold take. You should listen to the last podcast.
Oh,
We would have really
It might
got
have
your
been
boy.
two ago.
oh, he's
That was one ago.
No,
Oh, okay.
Bronny James is an absolute freaking joke.
Okay.
And I don't even care. I don't even care that he's in the league. I don't care how he got here. Nepotism, whatever. Fine and dandy. He sucks.
Oh man.
He blows. If you can't score 4 points in college,
Yeah, that is a very good point.
there's no way you're the whatever pick. No.
That's a very good
professional
point.
is so a different league.
Everyone's
Yeah.
given and I'm not arguing with you. He can either be an absolute dud. He's not going to do much. I just said 15 to 18 minutes.
Well, here's the bigger
And
question.
You're
Some
wasting
us-
15 minutes. There's a guy that's better
but
than
would
You're
you.
you-
technically down a player.
But would you pick him up considering the draft class that we just had? Like, there wasn't really much to go with.
Oh no, I'd have never drafted him.
The
You wouldn't have
Lakers-
drafted
No,
him?
he's not draftable.
Who would you draft? Just some random.
Well, they got-
there's guys that are better than him.
Oh, I
At
don't doubt
the
that at all.
55th?
But it's still like,
Oh, no.
none of those guys are probably going to pan out either.
Oh, you're right. No,
So-
you're right, Trevor. But no, so okay, and I know he's a Tennessee guy, but Connect threw down 34.
yeah,
I got money on him for
8,
Rookie of the Year.
7, and 8
Here we go.
or whatever. And have you heard an ounce out of him?
No, they arguably got the best kid in the draft. But Zach Edey is also putting up stupid numbers, which I didn't think he would.
Well, we also.
He's also
yeah.
7 feet tall.
He
Zach
is,
Lock.
but like for him to move and be agile and do all that in the NBA, that's pretty darn impressive for being 7'4".
Yeah. No.
Yeah.
But no, the whole Bronny James thing.
Let's do this.
Is an absolute joke.
I like your take. I love it. I love hot takes. I'm not arguing with you because it could be an absolute dud. Let's get you on at the All-Star break and see what he's doing.
You got it.
Okay? Deal. Yeah, because honestly, he could be an absolute dud and not do anything. And everyone's giving LeBron James crap because he's like shouting out Call of Duty right now to get him like a skin in the game. And everyone's like, hey, you should probably be worrying about how your kid can't score points in the NBA rather than trying to get him into a video game.
Or maybe LeBron has it right. You get all you can out of it before it starts.
So to Trevor's point, okay?
Yeah.
What 55th pick in the draft gets even this amount of time to
never.
basically even kind of prove that you sort of might be able to play?
Well, the whole
Where did
thing
the
was
50,
like-
where did the 55th come into play though? Because he wasn't the 55th. Are you just saying?
Wasn't he the
What?
55th?
Oh,
Yeah, I thought
in
he
the
was.
draft.
Never mind. Sorry, never mind. I thought you were talking about like the very, very last pick. That's not even close. You're right. You're right. He's the 53rd or 55th
Yeah,
pick in
whatever
the
it was.
draft. Yes.
No, he's.
But yeah, no, they would never get. They won't even get talked about at all.
No.
Like,
This is the Tim Tebow of the freaking NBA.
Yeah.
I think
It's
if
like-
LeBron wasn't his dad, he
Yes.
wouldn't have the publicity. That
no,
he
no,
does.
no,
No.
not
Not
even
even a little
close.
Honestly, it would be
talk
it would be a Marcus Jordan and Jeffrey Jordan situation. They would get drafted and then they would kind of just sail off into the sunset because they're not that good
Did
of
they
players.
get drafted?
Jeffrey did because he's the one who went to
Illinois.
Illinois.
Did he even play a game?
I don't know. I couldn't tell you.
Yeah.
So recent game for Bronny James: 17 minutes, 4 points, 0 assists, 2 rebounds, 2 turnovers.
Oh boy.
Yeah.
And he
Those are
shouldn't be getting
rough.
17 minutes. It's done.
I think he's gonna get that though, because who else do they have for a point guard? I know you don't like it, but I think he's gonna get that.
Do they still have?
It's River.
Who's the
it's-
guy from the Heat? Gabe Vincent.
Oh, okay.
They might still have him. He's been hurt like every day that they've had him. So
Yeah.
I don't know.
Yeah,
Tough to
we'll
start
we'll get you back on at the All-Star break because I'm actually curious to kind of see how he does. I think Connect is going to be nice though.
He's been nice.
He's not 7 feet tall. He's a 6'9" wing. He
He's
can
an
move. He
abso-
can play. He's
an
an athlete.
NBA
He's a
player. He can
shooter.
shoot the three.
Yeah.
He can make his own shot. He can actually pass it a little. You know, they'll bitch about his defense,
I'm
but
gonna
it's
say
like
he's never going to be the best player, but he's going to be successful. I feel like.
how many millions of dollars did Mike Miller make?
That's what I was going to compare him to
for
Mike
the
Miller
freaking net.
or
And
Redick.
he's way
Redick, too.
better than Mike Miller.
Yeah. Well,
Because Miller ran
gotta
to the
prove it,
corner. Right. But
All
Miller-
around player,
but
not a
Miller-
better shooter. Mike Miller
Right.
just shot the ball like.
Because Miller ran to the corner,
Yeah.
and they threw it to him, and he drained threes, and
Yeah.
he made
Yep.
millions and millions of dollars. 'cause he
him,
could shoot.
JJ
Yeah.
Redick. Who?
But anyway, yeah.
Man, I love it.
But
Okay, yeah,
But
we'll
no.
get you back
You
on
get
at
me
the All-Star
back.
break.
Duncan Robinson.
Bronny blows.
Duncan
No.
Robinson. Last question. Speaking of millions and millions and millions of dollars for individuals that put a lot of pressure on themselves, kickers in the NFL or kickers in college. We're going to talk about field goals. Can you make, Dad, a 30-yard field goal?
Me, no.
Can you make it 20?
You don't think you can make a 30-yard field
No.
goal?
You don't got that leg?
Pops was a long snapper in college. Football long snapper. You don't think you can make a 20-yard field, 30-yard field goal?
I don't think so. No.
Trevor, are we the only ones who think we can make a long field goal?
Well, I said 20, and I said if I pull off a 30, I could maybe pull off a 30, but I'm going to tear something in my other leg. So, but it's going to be made
I'm
first.
pumping a 30-yard field goal through the uprights. No, there's not a doubt in my mind that I would not make one.
I can believe that. I don't doubt that. Both of you guys. But no, I don't think I can do it.
Interesting.
I have made one. I used to be the kicker
I
and
was gonna
punter.
say that's
in
why
high
I
school.
Did you? Yeah.
have faith
Okay.
in mine as
So-
well, is because I was the kicker too. So
Okay,
like,
there you go.
I've made a 30-yarder before,
I feel like
and
any
I was
soccer player would be confident.
I was also soccer
Exactly.
too. So.
What's
There you
your
go.
What's your long?
I don't remember.
Like,
Like
My
35.
long was probably
Okay.
right at
It wasn't long.
30-ish.
Yeah.
gotcha.
Yeah.
I was
But
gonna
like,
say they're
they
probably
don't usually
not
attempt that.
they're not- they're
Usually
probably
you go
not-
for it then.
kicking field goals in high school at 40 yards.
No.
In high school,
Because
Well,
like, even
I've said
say,
this.
like,
I've said this. Our high school team had a girl kicker. She was a D1 Kentucky soccer recruit.
Yes,
and
that-
she kicked field goals for
Yeah.
our team.
Yeah, they finally figured that out.
Yeah, she was good
So when I
because you
went
can't hit her, but she was good.
Oh, that's true.
Yeah.
I went to Minnehaha, and our kicker.
Yeah, you did.
Yeah, there you go.
No wonder they
Chet
called you.
Holmgren.
No wonder they called you Harmon Killadrew.
Yeah, buddy. Our kicker, shout out to Spencer. I think he went to Stanford and kicked. I don't know if he
that's
started,
cool.
but
Wow.
he was a soccer player.
Either way,
he
that's
used to
awesome.
he used to go to combines down in Texas. His longest was 61.
As a soccer player,
I can tell
He
you
turned
now,
kicker.
I'm not making 61.
hang on. He
field goal,
turned
not a
soccer
chance.
player to football.
Yes.
So he kicked for the Stanford football team.
Yes.
Oh, sweet.
Yeah. I don't know if
Do
he
you
started,
think
but he's got a ring.
college?
That was when I think they won.
Did they?
Yeah.
Do you think college
Rose Bowl.
football teams actually look at that?
What do you mean?
Like, oh, you play soccer, you can boot the ball far. Let's try you out.
Oh,
Yes,
they
do.
absolutely
For their
cherry-pick from
soccer
the soccer
team? Like
Yeah.
on their soccer team?
Imagine if you were a football recruiter and you had to go watch high schoolers kick field goals all day,
I know.
Yeah. Probably less common than scouting soccer players.
or you get one that comes across your desk that he hit a 40, and then you call him up right away, like, oh, who are you? 40 yards, okay.
Yes, I don't know. Is it often that they pick them up, or is
have
it
no
mostly
clue.
like they walk on?
I think it's more like an interest to start because,
Yeah.
like Minnehaha, we were a small private school. So we were
Right.
like, okay, well, we don't have a lot of kickers on our team. So our coach would go to the soccer
Yeah.
practices and
And
just
it's-
ask
but like
around.
for
be
the
like, "Have you ever
college,
thought?"
yeah, it's probably
Why
just
didn't-
like you heard this guy made one from. If you heard someone made it from 61 in high school, you're gonna be
Yeah.
like, oh, you got my
Yeah.
interest a little bit.
Why
yeah.
didn't
He used to
Harmon-
kick
When
it on
you were
school
when you were in
buildings, so
high school,
his leg was
they
insane.
should have asked those girls to kick for 4 years,
I know.
and our football coach that was there,
Oh, our
was
football,
too-
our football coach was
he was an idiot.
our football team was
Sorry,
bad.
but
Our football
yeah,
team was bad.
They should have, but he wouldn't do it just out of
Yeah.
spite. Basically.
Why didn't they
It's
ask
like, well,
Harmon
you-
Killadrew to get out there?
Yeah.
I'm
could.
not gonna let you live that down. You will forever
It's your
have that
new
name
name.
now.
All right.
Harmon
like that.
Killadrew. I love it. Tennessee, Alabama tailgate tomorrow morning.
Yep.
100%.
Us three been. Dad, Drew, myself, Trevor.
Excited.
First time. You excited?
Yeah.
It's gonna be fun. It's like 2 blocks off of Neyland Stadium, which it's gonna be nuts. So hopefully it lives up to the hype. Because I've been hyping it up to these guys. I'm like, oh, this is gonna be a good time.
Well, it was fun last time, and
Yeah.
we weren't as good as
We
weren't
didn't
even
have
remotely as good as Alabama that year.
that was a true upset.
yeah.
Yeah.
We were hot and we were ranked high, but that was
Yeah.
a true upset.
Yes, it was.
Yeah.
We were getting hot.
Yeah.
That was like the turning point.
Yeah,
was
that's-
Heupel's
and that's what I said.
Second year there, maybe. Yeah, but yeah.
It'll be a good time. It's gonna be a long day tomorrow.
Yes, it is.
So I think we're going to sign off here. Thanks so much, guys, for being on the podcast. Episode 14. Thanks for listening. Share, like, subscribe, comment, do all those fun things. We can be found on all of your streaming services. Not Netflix. That'd be sweet if we had a
Let's
Netflix
do it.
special.
Let's get the
Should
camera rolling.
should we just go live Netflix special? Spotify, Apple, Audible, iHeart now, YouTube. We're on a couple new ones that I just saw that are getting some reach. So like, comment, subscribe. You guys are the best. Thanks for coming on, guys.
Roger that.
Welcome. Looking forward to the next one.
Yeah. NBA draft.
Ronnie, let's talk.
We'll talk. See you guys. Bye.